All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants, and the Giants win, and they are in the playoffs. Dominate the Colts 38-10. And we're going back to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Feels like forever ago because it was forever ago. And this was a game. The Colts going into this game, I was very confident the Giants were going to win this game. But the reason I was very confident was because I knew that the Colts offense could not hang. Like, they are very, very bad. But the Colts defense isn't so bad. They've played some teams tight. I just thought the Giants offense would be able to, even if they didn't play well, do enough to beat this just bad Colts offense. But Daniel Jones, this Giants offense, instead of just winning versus the Colts in a win-and-in game, they came out and blew the Colts out. A game where, I don't care if it's the Colts, there's a lot of pressure. Playoff berth, winning-in. Like, if you don't win this game, like, it is, everything's being hurled at you, and deservedly so. They played flawlessly. Daniel Jones mostly played flawlessly. He got a standing ovation at the end of the game, and 100% deserved it, man. It's been a really awesome year for him, and I'm excited for it to continue. I'm excited to see him play in the playoffs. Like, the way he stepped up this year, I'm excited to see that quarterback in the playoffs. I know the Giants will be overmatched. I don't care. I want to see that kid in the playoffs. Giants get their first 30-point game since 2020, that Cowboys game week 5, and their first 30-point offensive game since 2019, the Andrew Thomas Bowl versus Washington. This is DJ's first 4-touchdown game since that game in 2019, and he was basically just perfect in this game. He completed 80% of his passes, 2 passing touchdowns, manipulated the pocket really well to get that Richie James touchdown, was able to scramble and get outside the pocket when he needed to, and then obviously had the 91 rushing yards on some design runs and then the 2 rushing touchdowns. Like, he just did everything that was asked of him. And like I said at the beginning, the Colts offense was horrible, so this was always supposed to be a win. But the Colts defense is not horrible. I know Yannick Ngakoue didn't play in this game, but they came out and stayed focused and blew the doors off this Colts defense. And again, like, DJ was the quarterback for 7 drives versus the Colts. 4 touchdown drives, right? That's good. 1 field goal. Ooh, why didn't you score 7? Well, it was right before the half. Getting points on the board before the half. A Darius Slayton fumble, and then a punt on the first drive of the game, what happened on that 3rd down? And you're like, DJ almost threw an interception on that. They ran a slant. The linebacker just crashes into Isaiah Hodgins as DJ's already thrown the ball. It should be a defensive pass interference. They don't call it. So that was the one, DJ, it last touched his hands, end the drive. That was, you know what I mean. My mind's racing. They got over 200 yards on the ground, a lot of yards late with Matt Breida. But even with that, like, the Colts surprisingly went from some light boxes and playing those 2 high safeties, and they would roll the safety downs late. But the Giants' running game got rolling early, and they started selling out, and it led to some of those read options and DJ keepers. But Daniel Jones just continues to elevate this Giants team, this Giants offense. Like, Richie James, 7 catches on 7 targets, 76 yards and a touchdown. Isaiah Hodgins, Isaiah Hodgins is not the next great wide receiver, but he's a solid wide receiver, and he does things that fit this offense. Obviously coming over from the Buffalo Bills. His route running, his ability at the stem, big body target, he can make some tough catches. He had 4 catches, 42 yards and a touchdown on 4 targets. Bellinger had that catch up the sideline. His best play was a 3rd down. Huge play. He runs that little stop route, and he's blanketed. Boxes out the linebacker, or whoever it was, safety. Grabs that ball with his hands out there like that. Convert it. Giants end up scoring a touchdown. And those are 3 guys on the year. Those are 3 starting receiving players on the year who have over 80% catch rates. That's insane. That is insane. The only starter that doesn't have that is Darius Slayton, who's having his career high in catch rate and yards per catch. And he's probably, there's a good chance he may, overtake his career high in yards. The guy didn't even play the first few games of the season. So Daniel Jones continues to elevate this offense, and I am very excited to see him in the playoffs. Defensively, Landon Collins pick 6. I mean, it was 14-3. We're thinking, all right, let's get a stop here. Let's get the ball back. Let's go for some points. That was a nice break on the ball. Good job reading Nick Foles' eyes and just get that pick 6 to end the game. I mean, if that's anyone, that's exciting. But Landon Collins being back on the Giants, just being added back to the active roster and be able to make a pick 6, essentially end the game at the half. Like, that's beautiful stuff. Dexter Lawrence sack on Quentin Nelson towards the end of the game, and that's like Nick Foles went out of the game, and it's like, all right, well, Sam Ehlinger, he's a little more mobile. Nope, weren't able to do anything. Like their only offense besides that last drive that they got a touchdown on, their only offense was a heave to Paris Campbell, like, which is, again, good play on the Colts, good job making plays, but that's like, that was their only offense of this game. And then Kayvon, first play of the game, jacks up that tackle for a loss, like setting the tone from the start. Then he has the sack on Nick Foles, and he snow angeled him to death. Like Nick Foles is. I thought that snow angel was never gonna end. I mean, it just never ended. Like, all right, man, he's like dying next to you, which people were mad about that, but it's football. And Nick Foles is okay, so we're glad you're okay, Nick Foles. Get healthy, my man. Ribs are hurt or something. So we'll have a podcast out in the morning, breaking it all down, offensive line report, film review. It's going to be a fun week. So good stuff. And I'll put the link. We're doing a playoff event at Mr. Purple in New York City. I'll put the link in the description. So if you guys want to come out and hang out with us for the playoff game, check it out. So we appreciate you guys. See you on the next one. Let's go Big Blue!